Hey there everybody, Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter from CARTERMATT.com.
This video is our American Idol reaction to the latest sneak peek that was put out for Sunday night's episode. This is featuring the performance of Kay Genyse, someone who seems to be coming on the show with a lot of confidence.
Yep.
A lot.
Yep.
Is it going to actually translate to a deep run? Mm-hmm. We gotta wait and see on that, but we're gonna talk about her performance, we're gonna talk about the reaction, and we're gonna talk about this quote-unquote unprecedented American Idol moment where she's outside performing for people.
Yeah.
Even though they just did this past episode.
Yes, they did with Doug.
So, yeah, we'll break all this down. But before we do anything else, if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other updates. Let's just start with this. Anytime you see somebody just coming into that audition room, sort of like they've just been shot out of a cannon, do you think that's a good thing, or does that always make you worried that it's going to be like one of these complete stinker auditions?
It's always kind of in the middle for me, because we just saw Nick come in the last one full of confidence and swagger, and he's awesome, and he just got cut down by Lionel and everyone. That it was like, yeah, you got a great voice, and you know, there's a lot that we like about your performance, but like your attitude kind of sucks. And so it's a very fine line between like confidence and what we saw with Kay, and then what we saw with Nick, where it turns into more of an ego type thing. So with Kay, the confidence was good, and it was good to have her coming in and kind of like trying to hype everybody up, because part of this show is stories, part of it is vocal, but part of it is performance and being able to work a crowd and get everyone really excited about you and stuff like that. So after the performance, that was one of the positive things that they really liked about her, that it was great confidence and great performance wise, like getting people excited, and you're excited, you're a performer.
I feel like this is important a lot of the time, and there are a lot of people who I think penalize people with confidence who vote on these shows, and that does frustrate me here and there, because it is sort of like, if Lady Gaga was on American Idol and she was a contestant, I don't think she would go on there being very, very quiet and sheepish and not really knowing how to express herself as an artist. You know, she would be bold. She would be herself.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think even Katy Perry, Judge Katy Perry, I think she is someone who knows who she is and knows how to perform. And I think confidence can really be a good thing if channeled properly.
Yeah.
If it's channeled, I think, into your passion, into your performance, and I think maybe Kay is just like a little bit too dialed up to 11 on the I'm going to win right now. I think I would make it a little bit less about winning, but just saying I'm here to show you guys what I can do. I feel like this is my passion. This is my everything. I feel like I have what it takes. Yep. So let me bring you into my world. Like, that's what I want for Kay, like, right away.
When it comes to her actual singing, I was on sort of Team Luke with this at first, where there were some things in there that I heard that were really good, and then there were a couple parts where I was kind of like, okay, I can see what Luke is saying, that it's a little bit kind of pitchy and wasn't exactly hitting it exactly right, but does the confidence and the performance and working the room make up for that in a way that she can work on it? Like we saw with Doug in the very first episode, he had some of those same sort of problems where it's like, okay, you can see that there's a good voice there. Yeah. With a little bit of work on the show, can that be kind of smoothed out so that she goes from, like, you know, an A to an A plus kind of deal?
Yeah, Kay, to me, she's one of these sort of people where Idol, they have vocal coaches, they have all these sort of resources that are at your disposal. I think what she needs to do, just go into Hollywood Week with this, like, a big binder, take as many notes as possible, absorb all this info like a sponge, because she's really young still. She probably still has a lot of growth to do in her voice, and she has these sort of moments in here where you hear her hit a couple of notes and she has some nice runs and you can see, okay, there's a lot of potential here, but I think she needs to find a way to channel more energy into her vocals, and even if it means taking a little bit less taking a little energy away from everything else, that's okay. It's okay to have a little bit of a balance between the two of them.
Yeah, like I'm already thinking in my head, okay, if she makes it all the way and we're going to have her up on stage doing stuff, the thing I'm the most excited to see from her is her working the stage. And to me, that makes me a little bit worried about it, because it's like, oh, it's like Arthur Gunn. I heard him and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to hear that next song, man. That voice is right on. I love his song choices. Give me the song.
Yeah.
But then I see Kay and I'm more like, I want to see her work that stage. She is going to give me a performance more so than I can't wait to hear what she sings next.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be really dependent on what song she chooses for herself. If it's something that she can kind of work in the range of her voice. Like, she actually reminds me a lot of, I mean, there was a contestant or two back on the very short-lived U.S. version of X Factor who would come in with all of this sort of just like boundless confidence, and they weren't a perfect singer by any means, and they had to find a way to pick songs that were right for them and pick songs that made them sort of stand out and find ways to make their performances special. And if Kay can do that, I think she can make it fairly far. But I mean, we also kind of have to be honest here. American Idol doesn't often reward people for their performance quality. You know, we've seen, or just being able to move around the stage. We've seen a lot of winners who kind of stand in one place and in many cases stand there while also holding a guitar.
Yes, that is definitely true, but I'm hoping that maybe they will look into some of these other parts, because for me, it isn't only about just standing there and singing. That's why I am glad that Kay ended up actually making it through, because, you know, she did end up saying, you know, please give me this chance. They brought her out into this unconventional, bring her out on the
here we go,
and having her sing, and I would like to see her work that stage.
Let's talk about the humor in all of this. Let's bring you out there in front of the people. The people will decide. We've already talked about how we just saw this in this past episode, but beyond all of that, you're not going to bring someone out in front of all these strangers and then they're just going to boo her and not put her through to the next round. I mean, this is... Obviously, they are going to put her through. I mean, she could have been William Hung, and they probably would have put her through.
It's true.
Once he make it to that point. So I don't really buy this as like some sort of high-stakes dramatic moment. This is just American Idol being like, hey, we're filming kind of close to an outdoor area where we can get people to perform. Let's try to do this to create a couple little viral moments.
Yeah, and because they had already just done this with Doug, it didn't really feel that viral to me.
No, I mean, this video, it's clearly worked out, I guess, for them. I know this has already gotten like hundreds of thousands of views already online, so
it's true.
Maybe it's doing something, but yeah, it doesn't feel like it really has like that huge viral spark I would have kind of expected from this.
I think it's a lot less about her being out in the streets and more just about what she was doing while she was in the studio.
Yeah, I think she's done enough to find a way to move forward, but just for right now, let's try to make a prediction here. Do you think we will actually see Kay at the start of the live shows where we get down to maybe the top 12 or so?
I'm worried.
I am also worried. I mean, granted, I also don't know when they're starting the live shows. It always changes. But I feel like she's probably going to be eliminated in Hollywood Week this year. But I think the good news about American Idol a lot of the time is if you don't make it too far, you can come back.
Absolutely.
You can come back using that information that you've learned. I think that Kay is a very strong contender to make it to Hollywood Week, get eliminated, then she'll come back, she'll audition, she'll have a very quiet audition next season, she won't get to go outside and perform.
Well, the thing is I think that even if she ends up not going far on American Idol and she doesn't ever come back, I'm not worried about her. She has a really strong, wonderful confidence about herself that even if it's not through American Idol, it feels like she's going to find her way towards whatever it is that she wants to do. If she wants to continue to do singing, she's going to find a way to be able to do it. People with confidence like that, it's hard to stop a train.
That is probably the best way to summarize this, but we will see, I guess, if American Idol, the grand train conductor this season, is going to pump up the brakes at any point. But what did you guys think of Kay's American Idol audition? Where do you project her going this season? Share in the comments, and if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking that link in the description to the CARTERMATT store, and we'll see you here next time.